All right, guys, so let's talk about this issue that just popped up in Forbes. Court blocks new student loan forgiveness rules in latest setback for Biden. First of all, the way you're interpreting it right off the bat, it's not that. Okay, so they're not saying the Higher Education Act, which Biden just invoked as a workaround for the court when they struck down his previous student loan debt reduction. They're not talking about that one. So the specific student loan forgiveness that they're talking about, that the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals just blocked, by the way, the most conservative court in the country, they're talking about student loan forgiveness that was targeted at students who were literally defrauded by scam for-profit colleges. So this started under Obama. He did some student loan debt forgiveness for students who were defrauded by scam for-profit colleges. It was very targeted, but it was some student loan debt reduction. Then Trump got in there, and what Trump did is he weakened the rules and the protections to make it so that fewer people were protected by this program that was set up by Obama. So Trump sort of semi-siding with the scam for-profit colleges. But then Biden gets in there, and one of the things he did, in fact, I think this was very early on, it was an executive order he signed, I believe. I could be not remembering correctly, but Biden basically said, let's go back to the Obama rules, and let's, if anything, expand them a little bit. And so the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals gets involved and they go, wrong, we're against this. We're going to go ahead and block it. Guys, understand something. We're not even talking about the broad student loan debt forgiveness that applies to, most people in the country. What's the number if you make under, 100K a year or 120, something like that. We're just talking about specifically for defrauded students who were duped by scam for-profit colleges. And this court goes, no, we're with the scammers. Oh, it's astonishing. So let's go through some of this here. They say a federal appeals court has halted new regulations designed to make it easier for borrowers defrauded by their school to receive student loan forgiveness. The Biden administration has implemented new regulations last month to expand access to student debt relief under a key federal discharge program for defrauded borrowers. But the future of the new rules is now uncertain. So apparently, he updated them recently. Okay, that part I didn't know. Borrower Defense to Repayment is a federal student debt relief program for borrowers who were misled by their educational institution. If a school induces a student to enroll in a program through misrepresentations or lies about key aspects of the program, such as career prospects, earnings potential, admission selectivity, or transferability of credits, a borrower can potentially qualify for federal student loan forgiveness. They would tell these people, hey, I'm studying to become a teacher. And I go to this for-profit college. And then the person at the for-profit college goes, it's okay. You get a degree here. You'll be able to get into that program, and then you'll be able to become a teacher. And then what they found out after the fact is, actually, that wasn't true. That was a total lie. This doesn't count towards that. You now cannot become a teacher. Excuse you? And you're going to force that person to pay back their scammer? The Borrower Defense Program has been the subject of numerous political and legal battles since the formal application process was first established under the Obama administration in the wake of several high-profile collapses of national for-profit college chains that were accused of widespread misconduct. Then the Educational Department under the Trump administration rewrote the Borrower Defense regulations and enacted new policies designed to limit student debt relief under the program. At the same time, hundreds of thousands of borrowers saw their requests for student loan forgiveness stalled or rejected, leading to a class action lawsuit that only recently settled. So another big part of this, which I haven't mentioned yet, is Betsy DeVos. Betsy DeVos is, of course, from, the billionaire family. By the way, I believe it's her husband. Is it her husband or her brother? I think it's her husband is a big player at Amway, which is a multi-level marketing scheme. So scamming runs in the family. And then her brother is Eric Prince, who he did the private mercenary army of Blackwater, which is like a Christian theocratic organization known for massacring innocent people in Iraq. So you have imperialist neocon war criminals in her family and multi-level marketing schemers in her family. And she, of course, mega wealthy, I think a billionaire. And her big thing is, school choice. And so she came in there and she, again, protected these scam for-profit colleges. The Biden administration rewrote the borrower defense regulations yet again, this time to broaden access to student debt relief under the program. The new rules, which went into effect on July 1st, expanded the categories of school misconduct that can be the basis for borrower defense relief, relaxed time limits for submitting applications, and eased the process for the Educational Department implementing relief for groups of similarly situated student borrowers, or similarly situated borrowers. So then the appeals court halted this student loan forgiveness under the program. Now, let's be clear. This is temporarily halting it, and then later on, they'll reach their final conclusion. But basically what they're saying is, in the meantime, we're going to block the forgiveness. But guys, look, I know I'm a broken record, but I got to come back to my main point here. This is what we talk about when we say judicial supremacists and judicial tyrants. These people are unelected, and they're casually, in a willy-nilly way, overriding an action of the government, which was helping defrauded students. The left needs an answer to the Federalist Society. The left needs to get serious about power, get serious about the judicial branch. We need to have people on the court who are not insane and not always siding with the powerful against the powerless, not always siding with the corrupt scammers against regular people. And so there's a lot of blame to go around in this corrupt government, but the fact of the matter is, whatever my issues are with Biden, whatever my issues are with members of Congress even, the degree of absurdity coming out of the courts these days is beyond laughable. And by the way, that's why their approval rating has plummeted off of a cliff. Because people, the Supreme Court, very serious. They wear robes and they just tell the truth. And no, not at all. People learned, oh my God, they're actually hyper political. And they could just overrule common sense moves by the government. It's astonishing. So anyway, I hope the Biden administration ends up winning this one. I mean, they're really trying to take a sledgehammer to any and all good things Biden does. And that is unacceptable. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.